All right, now let's move on to our guy, Michael Irvin. What is he doing? He went on with Stephen A. Smith and reacted to the Dak deal and made this comparison.
We have the closest thing in the National Football League to Tom Brady at quarterback now. That's what we have, because Dak Prescott has the ability to do what Tom does, and he has the leadership like Tom. That's what, Dak Prescott alone for his leadership and how these guys follow him was well worth becoming the highest paid quarterback in NFL history. You got to make sure you measure and count for these things. These are important things. You saw what they were like without him last year. I'm talking about the leadership he gives. That's where he's most like Tom Brady. He's a great leader. And very rarely in this National Football League do we have quarterbacks being the heart and soul of a football team.
How do you sound? How do you sound? He's got one playoff victory, and you mention him in the same breath as a 7-time Super Bowl champion. One playoff victory. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you?
That has gone viral, and every show is talking about it.
Now, unfortunately, this is going to make many people side with Stephen A. Smith, but not me. For every hater, Jimmy Johnson, there is a totally sane person out there, Michael Irvin, who would come out here and say something like this. Now, he is not Tom Brady. He is not Tom Brady. Their styles of play could not be more different. Could not be more different. But maybe he's talking about Dak being a guy people want to play with, play alongside, owning a locker room. Both are underdogs. Both basically replaced the starter that was there and controlled and owned the room from the moment they walked in, and both are perceived as risk-averse. It is crazy for him to say this, but it is not insane, and I could deal with that.
This will get turned into Dak Prescott needs to win 7, or Michael Irvin will think he needs to win 7 rings. If Mike left one word out of that, one word, he could be fully covered. The word ability. When he said he's got Tom Brady's ability, if he just kept it to the locker room, leadership, intangibles, I could support Mike. And I think that's what he is trying to say, that Dak is a guy that can unite everybody and bring them all together, and guys would want to play with them. He's got that special something, that intangible that Choppy does not believe in. But then he said ability. He used that word, and that makes everyone think, oh, you're saying Dak will be as good as Tom Brady and win all the Super Bowls and set all these records. Although I will say this is just a side observation in my weird brain. Of all the great quarterbacks, I can give you their immediate attribute that jumps out from their ability quickly. I can't do it with Tom. So, like, 20, 30, 40 years from now, when our grandkids are asking us, hey, Pop, what's this Aaron Rodgers? Why was he so good? Well, he maybe had the greatest arm and release in NFL history. But what about this John Elway? Well, he was the new school quarterback before everybody else. Had a rocket arm. He could move. What is Drew Brees and Troy Aikman? Deadly pinpoint accuracy. What about this Tom Brady, this GOAT guy? And I'm sitting here having a hard time coming up with, like, what made Tom Brady special from a scouting report standpoint, his ability. What would you say it is? What jumps out?
Patience.
My first thing would be clutch. Like, I'd be like, in the biggest moments, he always came through and blah, blah, blah. But I'm not thinking arm strength. It for damn sure ain't ability. He doesn't throw as good a deep ball as Russ. He's throwing a lot of little slants and crossing patterns in New England. Like, what is it? Why can't I name that about Tom compared to the other guys' abilities?
Because it's not sexy. But it's patience. It's patience.
Patience.
So,
okay, explain.
Tom will. So a lot of these quarterbacks, from Troy Aikman to Peyton Manning, whatever, they're all timing. They're all timing. And if the timing's off, they're off. Tom doesn't mind taking an open receiver 3 yards down the field, as opposed to a semi-covered one 11 yards down the field. And Tom subscribes to the you'll never go broke making a profit theory. And if you
Right.
watch this, how often in his entire 20-year career did they have a quick strike offense? What, 1 year? For the most part, it's 10-play drives, 12-play drives. Let's nickel and dime you down the field. We know that the most important thing to get out of this drive is that we are kicking at the end of it, either a punt or a kickoff, and it's not a field, and it's not a turnover. So what we're going to do is we know that if we get a 10, 12 play, you're not going to stop us. We're going to get the first down. It only takes 3 4-yard passes if we have a first down, and those are relatively easy to complete because everybody's looking downfield. I'm going to be patient, and I don't mind taking a 12-play drive because I'm going to score at the end of it. And a lot of the other quarterbacks, from Aaron Rodgers to Peyton Manning and to whoever, they maybe got like that at the end of their career, but there was a time in their career they weren't. Who are the 2 Super Bowl most dominant quarterbacks of our lifetime? It's Tom and Joe. And what do they both have in common?
Right.
They're not massively taking risks downfield. They will throw it downfield, but they're totally cool with taking that patient approach to a methodical drive.